Hey guys, Crew Blind, I'm back. I'm Rick.
Eric.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Calvin.
Berserk. He's back.
You didn't yell.
I know.
Are you okay?
Yeah. But no. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Neither do I.
I couldn't scream because I don't know.
Feast. There's a feast, Eric.
Yeah, it's the eve of the feast, that's
You
true.
should scream just for that.
No, I'm
Feast!
worried. I have
Great Eclipse.
Yum.
Feasts aren't special. I have feasts every day.
The Raiders wanted to go with Guts.
Mm-hmm.
Guts realized maybe everything I've ever wanted has been right here all along.
Yeah.
It's got Casca. It's got the Band of the Hawks.
Oh, is that what he was thinking?
Yeah.
I thought he was just like, maybe this is what I want. And then he was just like, I'm going to take these guys and leave. That's what I thought he was thinking. Not like, I should stay here because this is what I need. But that could be too. Could be either
You
one.
think he's just gonna, fuck you, Griffith, I'm taking your men.
Maybe. No longer doing your dream. This is my dream now. With your men and your stuff that you built.
Let's go kill strong guys. Yeah. That was
Strong
thumbs up.
guys.
Yeah, and speaking of dreams, we had the line, whether it's a good dream or a bad dream, no one likes waking up in the middle of one.
That was a good line. I did like that line.
I like waking up in the middle of bad dreams sometimes.
Just depends how far. Yeah, I don't want to go too far into a bad dream.
Yeah.
It'd be bad.
I like getting.
Definition of a bad dream.
I kind of like getting the resolution of a bad dream.
Exactly. You need that catharsis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like if you
getting
sometimes you
drowned?
have a bad dream, you wake up and you like don't realize like, oh shit, everyone I love isn't dead. You know, like you just like I don't know. I like being able to finish that dream, and then I wake up like, okay, dealt with that. But sometimes the dream doesn't end, and it ruins my whole morning.
Exactly.
Whole morning.
Yeah.
Because of a dream.
Yeah.
We're watching this in the morning.
I have a really good
Sure, it's not going to ruin
imagination.
anything.
What? What about dreams? See, and you were in a hurry last time. You should have been. Now you're in a hurry this time, huh? Yeah, knew it. There was a lot of words. Like, there was a lot of lore dumping, I feel like, of like what's going on and all this stuff in the background. But I love the design of the demons a lot.
Yeah. Aaron. Yeah.
I do. I don't know what they're gonna do. How are they gonna get out of this?
I can't believe we spent a lot of time with Suradon. You know, like
He doesn't fucking matter.
I loved him, but
Yeah.
like, can't believe this is where we're going here, man. Jesus. I said, of course he's gonna submit.
Was the past vision thing like a mixture of future and past? Or was that literally what happened to his past? Like he saw Guts way back then when he was a kid?
It's tough to say.
Because I was a little confused because like they said about being past, but I thought at one point Corcus was one of those dead soldiers.
Sure.
And I was like, wait, is this the Band of the Hawks now? Was there a Band of the Hawks before? And he's like took up their banner? Or like how is this kid responsible for all these guys dead? Like I wasn't sure exactly what was going on in that moment, but
I mean, my guess was just that like this was something that he was always going to do, and here are the things that you will sacrifice later. You know, like the dead Band of the Hawks is just more cobblestones to reach that.
yeah.
You
Like
know?
I like the idea.
I've
of,
always
like,
felt that way about Griffith anyway. Like they're just tools for him.
No, and
Yeah.
I like that being like the idea is like you're building a road to get to your castle, but it's built on the dead. And there was that one line where it's like you'll either walk this path of the dead to get there, or you'll join them for the people who will walk the
You
path.
either step on them or...
Step over
Or
the
join
fallen
them.
or
Join
pave the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I like that. I mean, I don't like it, but
I mean, it's the visual.
like, I don't know.
The visual metaphor and storytelling there is like a 14 out of 10. You know, like because you don't really understand what's happening, but you do just because of those visuals, like the castle in the sky and this paved road of the dead to get there it's pretty crazy.
But what were you saying, Rick? Because like with like we're gonna show you your past. I was like, okay, so like those demons pretend to be this old woman and they set him on this path,
I mean,
but then
it's
they
tough.
showed other stuff, and I was like, why Guts is there? Is that Corcus is dead? And I don't know.
It's tough to know, like, are they an unreliable narrator at all?
Yeah.
Are they influencing him? Or, like, is it destiny? Is he always supposed to do this? Did he always understand what it meant?
to
What?
do this.
Yeah, like when he's in the pond with Casca, he's like ripping at his flesh. Like he seemed to understand what it would cost to do it, but he seemed to, at the very least, like regret it in that moment for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
like I think
and then
he's
he like
realized.
snapped out of it and realized like, no, why bother regretting anything at this point?
Like, I think he's realized it from the beginning of, like, what it might cost him. But it doesn't mean there wasn't doubt along the way.
Sure.
And this was, like, the final moment of doubt. And now it's erased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just curious too on like, was there a moment when like the demon showed him this and it set him on his path? Like, did he actually get a vision of Guts in that moment?
Sure.
Or like when he saw Guts in the future, that's why he fought to make sure he joined him because he thought that he would need him.
I mean, there's no definitive answer. It's kind of up to you and your interpretation.
Also, Guts is alive and well, and all the other sacrifices are dead. You know.
Oh, when he sees him there, yeah. Well, like his is like it's like a vision. It's like see through and stuff, like an apparition.
Well, he's dressed like he was when they went to the ball.
Yeah.
He has
sword,
that cloak, right?
Yeah.
His sword isn't the same one that he had.
It sucks he doesn't have his sword now.
He's gonna need
Has
something.
that damn little knife.
Yeah, I mean, even with that sword, like, he had a tough time against Zod.
This is a new one, Rick.
And there's a lot of...
This one's a new
There's a
one.
lot of Zods here.
like,
Yeah, but he's
Well,
grown.
is Zod's not. I mean, so Zod is one of those things that Griffith's going to become, not like one of these god.
Well,
angel
Griffith is
things,
going to
right?
become one of the big ones.
He
right?
is going to become? Okay.
Because
Yeah.
she said that the reason you were chosen is because you can become one of us or something like that,
yeah,
right?
Griffith
like,
is going to unite with the God Hand.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
he will be
Because all the ones
He
on the
has
ground
he has the special traits that would allow him to become one of the big bad guys.
Okay.
And
Rather than
Zod...
just one of the little, like, the naked Titan-looking guys down there.
No, we did not see Zod here. Like, we saw...
We saw a silhouette.
Yeah, we saw a silhouette of them, like, remembering Zod.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen him here, and he definitely wasn't up on the hand.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought there was a couple of lines where they're like, "What? Griffith's going to become one of those things," and it seemed to be indicating the lower ones, not the higher ones. And they said that the lower ones also had all interacted with that
Baelit.
the Baelit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
did she say
well,
something about, like...
they interacted with
interacted
Baelits,
with a Baelit,
but this
one
one
was the
specifically.
king's,
Yeah,
right?
this is the egg
Yeah.
of the king, which is different.
Okay.
This is like one that he got this one specifically because he did have the traits to become one of the big demon people.
Yeah.
The weird floaty guy and the ooh or whatever that guy is.
Yeah, they're called the God Hand. And she said that, like, you are going to become our king.
So is that why there's one of the fingers was empty whenever they were standing on it? Because like he will fill that spot.
Yeah, he's destined to do it. This is
It's
our
gonna be
final
like-
chapter, the end of days.
Was there one that I wonder if there was like was there a demon before and like he's filling a spot or was there never one and he was always just meant to be this one, the final one, or I don't know.
The
I
thumb.
don't know. Since
Which one
I
was
think
it?
it's the
Which
index
one was
the
empty?
one
The
guy
index?
was
The
like
index
talking
finger
about
was
the end of
Yeah.
days is drawing near. I feel like this is something that is like prophesied, and he's like filling this space so
Like once all five
Once
are
all
filled,
five are there, then
now Earth is
just
destroyed or some
apocalypse.
shit.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was like I think it was like the weird fat face thing, the little floaty one, the hot bat chick, and then the weird Mars Attacks dude on the thumb, and the empty one finger. I don't know how to describe him.
that Mars Attacks guy has 6 fingers, and it was
He
fucking.
did, yeah. Every time they showed fingers and stuff, I was counting them. I don't know why. I just, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, oh man, okay.
It's a weird thing that I do in like any kind of animation is I count fingers. It's like how much effort do they put into into hands? Because like the Simpsons, they all have 4 fingers, and it's just so much quicker to draw a 4-fingered hand than it is 5 fingers.
It's also just a common design from back in the day, but they would just have 4 fingers too.
Yeah.
You mean like 3 fingers
Well,
and a thumb?
I count the thumb as a finger.
Aaron, how many fingers do you have? 10 or 8?
I has 8 and 2 thumbs, but I have 10 phalanges.
You know what phalanges mean?
Well,
You'd
do
be
you want
the-
to count my toes? Is that what you want to do?
I do not want you to be part of the Godhead.
10 phalanges on my hand. Man, I said that and I wrote down the Great Escape. I meant to write down the Great Eclipse.
So they have all been branded. What was the name of the mark? Did they say anything, or just that? I
They
recognize.
were saying
the
like
mark.
sacrifice.
Yeah, the
so,
mark of sacrifice.
So is it kind of like the black spot? Like this is like you having this will have you will be killed. by those things.
I feel like they also, when they were
No matter
doing
where
it,
you
said
go or
something
something.
about like the threads of fate being woven and stuff. So like it kind of could be like threads being like combined almost too.
His fate was woven long ago,
Is it
and
like
your
a
fate
stitch?
was woven along with his as you came into his path, basically. So
Yeah.
like,
Hope Goku would be okay.
It's just when they were talking about that, they were also showing the figure 8 symbol thing, and I was like, you could look at those as being like threads that are being like crossed and brought together.
we also saw in his flashback, like the woman he got directions from was weaving on a wheel, or
Yeah.
spinning, I guess.
Spinning the threads of fate.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Griffith like, I don't know. You can't talk. I want to know his thoughts, kind of, like.
Griffiths?
Yeah, like he had the one where like Guts was falling, and he reached his own arm down there to try to help him. It seemed like,
Yeah.
and bring him up. But then like when Guts got back to the top and stuff, like I'm like, has he chosen this or is there? Like I know
Well,
he can't move.
He
or
said,
anything
"I
and stuff.
submit."
Like even there, like when he was reaching his hand out for Guts, like the only one that obscured the vision of his dream.
Yeah.
Like he's really only, in my mind, he's really only ever cared for Guts. Like he understands and is sorrowed by the loss of those who have died under him.
Mhm.
But Guts is really the only one that's ever broken into his shell. And so like even here, like after he's spilt the blood, whether intentionally or not, to summon all this and start it, like he still instinctively reaches out for Guts because Guts means something for him.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then at the end here, he makes what might be the final choice of like, I choose the dream over even this man.
Yeah.
Now,
Because he
the
it
submit-
felt like he had some kind of resentment. It was like you were the only one who like made me hesitate, and that's when he decided like I'm not hesitating anymore, kind of thing.
wasn't this the submit? He didn't say that here, right? Like that was a flashback to him and the Guts fight.
He says submit, doesn't he? I thought he said it when he did this.
Well, there was the moment whenever he was looking at Guts and he's like, "You're the only one who ever clouded my dream." Da da da. And I thought it showed him like saying like, "I submit" back whenever they fought, because that's the only time he ever like lost sight of his dream and he was fighting to keep him rather than fighting for his dream. Maybe that's what I thought they were showing. Versus
He
like,
never said I submit in the fight though.
did he not?
No, he was silent.
I thought
Yeah, he didn't say anything.
I thought he said I
after the fight.
submit in the fight. Okay.
No, he says like I submit here. He's talking to the God
How
hand
does he say that? He ain't got a tongue.
and did.
That's why. That's
He
another
said
reason I
with-
thought it was a
He
flashback.
said it with his will, which is all he has left.
Yeah, I'm actually,
So
I can't remember whether or not Guts can hear it or not in the manga. I'm not sure if it's a speech bubble or a thought bubble.
I just
to
figured
check.
all of the things that Griffith was saying
Was
while
it echoing?
on that little pedestal, like the hand or whatever. I figured that was like in his own mind and he was thinking about it. And then when he actually like made the decision to like submit, I was like, all right, I'm doing this in his inner voice. And that's when it happened.
What was the thing back then with the fight where like there was he stopped here, but there was like a cut on Griffith?
Mm-hmm.
What was that about? Did we
It
see
was like a scar.
what that was from? Did they ever go into that more?
Go into it more.
Like, wasn't there like there was something wrong with him here from like a scar or a burn or something, but like Guts never actually cut him there. Did we?
Yeah, it was under his armor.
Did we discuss what that was? Like, was there? Did they tell us what that was? Did it
We
matter?
There's
don't
no
know what it was.
confirmation
It was
of
just a
what
scar
anything
that
about
was
it,
already
It
there.
didn't matter. Okay.
Not to say that it doesn't matter, but
Well, I mean, like at this point, I don't think it's gonna
Sure.
matter because like there's nothing. Like he's basically just naked, dying because he's withered away, cut up, can't move, can't do nothing.
He's got a lot of scars.
So I don't think it's gonna matter anymore. So I was just like, I wonder if that had anything to do with his past for something or another. But I just remember like there was that
probably
moment,
does.
and then we
If
cut
it's a
back
scar.
at some point later on, maybe when he was with the princess or something. I can't remember what it was, but we're like, wait, what's that? Like, Guts didn't cut him. He stopped before, and even still, he had his armor. So I don't know. I just thought of that for some reason
maybe it's going to be some backstory stuff. Like,
that we don't see because.
Yeah.
It,
well, I mean, we
Gonna
might
end.
see it in the future. We just haven't seen it yet.
I mean, I don't think it's important anymore. I was just thinking about if it was a past thing for some reason or another. But at this point,
I don't think it's going to influence him.
he's
but
too
it-
scarred.
it-
and we're moving on to the next
Yeah.
thing with the demon thing. So it doesn't. I don't think it's going to be anything that matters now. Not with whatever's
He's going to
left
be a demon body.
in the
anyway.
amount of episodes we have.
Motherfucker's making big brain moves.
I really don't know if
His fingernails are weird.
I want him to
They're
die.
like barbed.
I mean, it's a crazy thing of like, you know, in his mind, there's no point in repenting. If I stop now, everyone who has died for this, like the road has already been paved so long.
It'll just be in vain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well keep going. Also, you need to kill 100,000 more people to finish. Damn. You know? And they had a line, too, about those that had come before you that had already paved much of this way, too, right? It's not just what
Well,
he's paved.
it's
Those that didn't have the will to continue were then set as paving stones.
Yeah, it's those that have died under his leadership, but also those that he's killed or his men have killed in battle under him as well. Have all paved it.
Yeah. As he was saying, like, the thousands of hawks and the tens of thousands of enemies are all laying here.
It makes sense of like, in order for him to get to there, he has to grow in power. For him to grow in power, he has to make an army basically and fight other armies.
And then the question is,
And we saw the path that he did to get to the point he got to, but he still never got to the castle, unless it's because of guts and he threw it all away. And that's kind of what he's talking about here, where like you obscured my dream, whereas like he'd been taking his time and getting there, and then he just fucked it up for no reason really. I guess I don't know. Like guts just put him into a spiral.
yeah, or you know, is it all fated? Like, could he have only reached it by this route? You know, could he have never reached it as a human?
Well, like the castle, it was probably like the castle was never really a castle for him. They just put him on a path to try to become a demon, which meant he had to go through and kill and be on this ideal of.
And if that's the case, then what does the castle represent? Does he get there? When he gets there, what does he do with it? And is there any way with him having it that can make it all right?
And it's his focus of his ambition. Like, it is the it's, I don't know, it's like the American dream, right? What the American dream used to be. Like, coming to America and making, you know, fantastic amounts of money and stuff, that opportunity, like, you would do almost anything to get that.
Oh, the American dream was the thing that he's rejected, which is just he gets to sit around all day and Costco feeds him food. That's the American dream. And he's like, no, I don't want
No,
it.
that's a simple life.
And sponge baths.
American dream doesn't exist anymore anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like that I mean, it's literally the castle on the hill. Like, as a farmer, you look up and see, like, I want to be that guy. I don't know how to get there, but I would do anything to get there. And he is doing whatever he can to get there.
Yeah, I mean, and we can talk more after next episode. We can talk about like what he's willing to do to get there. But
I'm sure we'll
Griffith
find
is
out
just such
more
a fascinating
stuff.
character.
In the flashback, when he was
Never
standing
trusted.
as a boy on those bodies, was that Rickett?
Oh, you mean who he talked to that was stabbed?
Yeah.
No, that was the boy that he flashed back to when he was in the pond with Casca, who had joined his group.
Okay, that's right.
He was holding
I
a
know
knight.
we had seen him before, and he talked about, like, I want to be a knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he was holding a knight and he had been stabbed and stuff.
Yeah.
There's moments when that person was talking, I thought of Ash Ketchum. I was like,
Me too!
I was like, I wonder if this is the voice actor for Ash Ketchum.
It wasn't, but it had the same quality.
Just
Well,
there's something there. It's
So now that you've finally said it, this is the same animation studio that did Pokemon, and there are a lot of voices from that group.
I'm sure.
Who
Yeah.
did voices in the Charlotte is Misty, for example.
who is?
Charlotte,
Which one's
Princess Charlotte.
The princesses?
the princess is Misty,
Was Misty?
and there's several others as well. I was going to mention it. Once
I don't
we
know.
go
Maybe
over.
like I definitely almost said like this kid sounds like Ash Ketchum, but it felt just off enough for me that it wasn't. But
Yeah.
it could also just be a matter of time and
I'm not sure if that kid is Ash, but
Yeah.
there are a lot of
sure.
that crew in
It
this.
was just something when he was talking, the blonde-haired kid, whatever.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, man, it sounds like Ash. But then there was another moment like, it doesn't sound like Ash there. But
Yeah.
it did sound like Ash before. But
Sure.
Maybe they're doing a good job with
I
it.
definitely understand the need for wanting these monsters and like the ground level ones to be like disturbing and stuff. But fuck if I couldn't understand a single word they were saying except for like
Oh, yeah. I didn't get
maybe
anything.
one or two words.
They're like,
I got, like-
and like they're all talking at the same time. Like,
I
what
got
the
like
hell
4
is
out
this
of 5 sentences when they were like in chorus, like chanting and stuff.
I mean, I understood the sacrifice.
Well, that was easy.
I got that
But,
one.
like, before when it was like a bunch of murmuring and stuff, I could pick out sentences. But I understood what they said in the moment, but now, thinking back, I couldn't repeat word for word what they said.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing in there that you can't get from context of what's happening.
Sure. Yeah, I get you.
So you didn't miss.
Like they said something about the angel of hell and
Like no one
Something
said,
like
cut off
that.
his sixth finger and you'll win. Like,
Yeah.
something like that.
Damn,
like that.
you really use that.
Yeah.
That's just like, oh, if I had a bigger sword. Yeah. Whenever I was like trying to listen to him, I just couldn't get the like that clip of Jim Carrey. I think from Liar Liar in my head. He's like, remember he does that? I can't think of that because I couldn't understand it. There was like 2 words I think I got from that one, but everything else I couldn't.
Now you're trying. I was trying to listen. And at one point you turned it up a little more. And I'm like, it didn't help.
I know.
I still have no idea what they're saying.
I just kept thinking like "Rosh Blah." Anyway, so we're here to because I've turned it up a little bit. Here's your mark. Here's your mark. You can get back in if you leave. I don't know what this mark does. I imagine it's just like here's your sacrifice mark. No matter where you go in this world, you will die.
It's for the club.
Like, does it have to be like? Are they gonna? Like, is it like? Because all those monsters like charge them at the end. Like, is this like? Go get anyone that has that mark, like now, or is it going to take years, or I don't know. It seemed like it.
Were they?
It felt like it. And they're all kind of like,
Before that,
there's the marks, they start coming,
this is where it ends.
Yeah, I know. That's like, this feels like they are now coming for you. Like, they're all down there and they're coming forward to me. Like, the way that they're all kind of like, all facing away from the center, I think implies forward momentum, but maybe I'm wrong.
We'll see. I mean, if they attack, these guys are just gonna die. These guys
Yeah.
would die to normal people.
Goku could do it.
I mean, how many did Zod kill?
Well, yeah, exactly.
He killed hundreds.
But Zod has a sword, and we haven't seen any of these with swords.
But they have giant mouths. Zod didn't have a giant mouth.
Well,
He had-
relatively.
He had a tail.
His mouth is big.
His mouth was big, but it was still proportional to the size of his body. These are like that one guy in the center that looks like a fucking Crobat.
Cyclops.
It's just all mouth.
Crobat.
And you don't want your mouth to be too big and people start throwing shit in there, You gotta be careful.
Like
Does
what?
that happen a lot?
Like a porcupine. Yeah, if someone threw a porcupine, like let's say a miniature porcupine.
I thought the porcupine had a huge mouth.
No,
Throw
I mean
shit.
if you threw one in there, man, that
Who
would be
throws a porcupine into someone's mouth?
just the first thing that came to my head.
No one, because porcupines are too big, Aaron.
Who's picking up porcupines?
But you never know, Eric. It could
Porcupine
fit in your mouth,
trainers
but then
and
it could be
throwers.
a blowfish and just expand, and then you're fucked.
Blowfish would be better, I think.
Yeah, but where would they get the air?
Thank you guys for watching our reaction to Berserk. If you want to see our reaction to the last episodes, you can right now over at patreon.com/blindwave. And if you can and are seeing this and still vote for the replacement, you can do that there too.